Okay, so Catherine, I'm hoping that you can hear me, and I'm going to start all over again, so that you get the benefit of this, which I'm trying to do, fancy fold cards, because this is a special request. Okay. So what happened with my video is I was talking to Catherine on the phone, and I think Catherine pressed her Facebook Live on instead of waiting for my Facebook Live to come up. Then what happened to me is that I put my Facebook Live key in my personal Facebook, not my Stamping Fusion Facebook site. So I was actually streaming on my personal Facebook site, and I finally got that figured out. So hopefully this is good now, and we can move on. But I'm waiting to see if Catherine is in fact able to see us. Okay. You know what, I bet you what she did is she turned everything off. All right. Here we go. All right. I took a 10-inch piece of paper, okay? It's 10 by 5. And I demonstrated it by cutting this sheet here, okay? You're then going to take your cutter, and after you cut this by 10 by 5, you're going to score it at 5 using your score. Then you're going to turn your paper so that you can score diagonally across this sheet, like that. And that is going to give you, it's going to give you this shape, okay? That's the shape we're going for. All right, so looking at this, okay, it's 10 inches, scored at 5, and then I'm going to take it, and I scored it this way, okay? Now this one I scored that way. It doesn't matter, you're going to get the same shape. What's going to be different is what side your fold is going to be on, okay? This one is going to be on this side, okay? So I'm just going to lay that out to show you how we're going to score that. So there it is, okay? So we're going to score it from this corner to that corner, okay? So I'm going to lay this corner here, and let me just pull in so you can see what I'm doing. Here's my crease right there. So I'm going to lay this piece right into that channel. And then I'm going to lay this point in this channel. So I have this point and this point laying in the channel of my cutter. So I'm going to fold this over, and I can see it through my cutter, and I'm going to score it. Okay, so I scored it diagonally across my card by just laying these 2 points in my channel like that to score. Oh, I'm so glad you can hear me. Okay. So Catherine, what I just did is I took a piece of, tell me if you're caught up. I took a piece of cardstock, 5 by 10. I scored it at 5, so I would have a 5 by 5 piece of cardstock. I then opened it up and I set one corner to the other corner, and I scored it by laying it right in this channel right here. And let me, since this is my practice piece, let me show you. So we're going to, you score here, okay? Because this is 5 inches, okay? It's 5 inches by 5 inches, all right? So that's your card, 5 by 5, and because this is 10, you're going to score it at 5. Then you're going to lay it in your channel and you're going to score it corner to corner like that, okay? You're going to lay it down and then you're going to use your score piece and you're going to score it. When you do that, it's going to give you this fold. Okay, and that's the fold we're going for. All right, so here's the fold, here's the card, and here's the fold we're going for right there. Okay, same fold. All right, so I took the piece of cardstock that we're going to use for this card, and this is the petal pink. Went ahead and scored it, and now I have my diagonal piece like that. So I'm going to get my bone folder. I'm going to move out so you can see everything. I'm going to get my bone folder and I'm just going to go ahead and crease that. Okay. So all I did to decorate the front of my card is I took a piece of Whisper White and I cut this piece of Whisper White. If this is 5 by 5, I cut the Whisper White 4 3/4, just a quarter smaller. And then I want to get a triangle, so I basically lined this up right here in my channel, and I just want you to see how I lined it up. Here's my cutting channel. So there's the corner, and then I lined the other corner right here on the other side, right there. So I folded this down, and you can see the tips inside. If you have one of these cutters, you can see the tips right inside your ruler here, and then you just simply, I'm not scoring it, you take your other piece and I'm going to cut it. Now I have a piece that I can use here that I'm going to put on this front of the card, but I want to decorate it, so I'm going to decorate it using this cardstock. And this is, I think this is that kind of Monet piece. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to put this again corner to corner in my channel. I'm going to hold it down. Well, first of all, let me see if it's the right size. So if this was 4 3/4, this one has to be, and it is, 4 1/2, okay, because I'm going down 1/4 inch at a time. So now I'm just going to lay that on that channel, and I'm going to score score there. And now it comes out with some perfect triangles. Then I have an extra triangle here, and I have an extra triangle here that I already cut out. All right, so I'm going to put my scoreboard away, and I'm going to grab my glue, because what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my silicone mat, is on the front of my card. I'm going to take my white triangle, and then I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to start gluing. Let's see how these pieces, I think these pieces, they go like that. I'm trying to see which one matches. Yeah, see, these two match up, so I'm just going to glue them. I'm going to glue them like this. So I'm just going to get my glue. Maybe I'll just use, let me use the back here. I'm just going to grab some glue, and I'm going to put some glue on the back of this triangle, and I'm going to put this on my white triangle. Okay? Because this is glue, you can kind of move it around a little bit with your finger to kind of make sure it gets centered correctly. I'm going to take this one, put some glue on it, and then I'm going to lie this one in the middle of this triangle like that. Okay, so there we go. We have our two pieces. Now, this piece is going to go here, and this piece is going to go here on our card. Okay, let's just turn this over, and let's put these triangles on the front of our card. Right underneath where we scored, right underneath our fold is where we're going to put this. And then I'm going to put this one on the other side. Okay. So there we go. We've put our, and this one's popping up, so I'm going to have to take care of that. I didn't get enough glue over here in this corner. Okay, I think I got that one. All right. Now I have one more triangle, and this was from so the Whisper White, Catherine, so we have our 10-inch piece of paper, right? We have 10, we scored it at 5, and then we scored this diagonally. I have a Whisper White piece, which is my base. I cut this, and this is 5, this is 4 3/4 inches square. Okay, so that is 4 3/4 inches square. And then the piece that we're going to put over it is going to be And let me grab a piece of a thing so I can show you. That is going to be 4.5 inches square. So this is the one that goes on top, and this is also cut. This is 4.5 inches square, and that is also cut in half. So these are what give us our triangles. This is our base card. We get our white triangle, which is this one, right? Then we get our DSP, and we're going to cut this one, and this is 4x4. So that's our other triangle. So these are your pieces that you're going to need. These are your dimensions, all right? Okay, so we have one more triangle that we have to put together. And I'm going to open up a brand new glue bottle here. And that is going to go right there. And again, what's nice about using this glue is that you can kind of use your fingers and move it around a little bit. Okay. And then this piece, I don't know why this one little piece here just does not want to play. It is just giving me a very, very hard time. Okay, so here's your card, right? It opens like this. So now we're going to put this triangle right here. Okay, so that when we open the card, this paper is going to catch that edge and it's going to stand up like an easel card. Okay, so then let's go ahead and put that on. Okay, so here's our card. We're going to open it up and we're putting this one right here. So that when this opens, that catches. This ledge of paper is going to catch. And we're going to have an easel card. Okay? And there is our easel card, our twisted easel card. Now, to put together, and I have to grab a piece of paper here. Yeah, I think that's what I do. Okay, now we're going to stamp, and I'm taking my stamp set here and I'm using the Beautiful Moment stamp set, and I'm going to pull out, I think we're going to use this one. I think she'll fit, yes, she'll fit nicely. Okay. So we're going to pull out this stamp set, put it on a block. And I'm going to get some Memento black ink. and we're going to stamp this. We're going to stamp this right here. Okay. All right, so this is what we're going to put right here on our easel card. But we're going to cut this. Let's see, this is 2.5 by 3. We're going to cut this piece, and I'm going to use my mini cutter here. We're going to cut this to, I'm going to make sure I get this right. We're going to cut this 2 by 3. And I'm making sure that I got this 2 by 3. Okay, because that's going to fit on what is this? This was 2 by 3, and this is well, that's fine. We're just going to leave it like that. Oh, here it is. This is, we're going to cut this one 2.5 by 3.5. So this is let's see, 2.5 by 3.5. And this is what we're going to put this on right there. But now we're going to color it. So let's come in and let me show you how we're going to color it. Let me get this aligned. Okay, and let me get okay. So I'm going to color this using my Stamping Blends. And I'm going to use Daffodil Delight, light and dark for her hair. So here's Daffodil Delight light on her hair. I'm going to take the dark and I'm just going to kind of go kind of around the outside. Okay. Now her arms are going to go light petal pink. This is the perfect color for flesh, petal pink. So we're going to do her arms in petal pink. Now, if you have dark petal pink, which is right here, you're going to take the nib part and you're just going to kind of do underneath her arms just to create a little bit of shadow, like that. Okay? Then I'm going to take, and what other colors do I have? I think that would look good. I'm going to take, this looks like wheat. So I am going to take Mango Melody, or Mango Melody, yep, and I have light and dark. And I'm sorry if this is making too much noise, but I should have light mango melody, and here it is. Okay. I'm going to put my petal pink aside, and I'm going to take Flirty Flamingo. All right, I have light and dark Flirty Flamingo. I'm going to take my light Flirty Flamingo and I'm just going to go up her dress like that. But I'm going to go around those little stocky things. Okay, I'm kind of going around these green grass things. And I'm just going around her dress like that. And I'm coming up the bodice of her dress like that, okay? Then I'm going to take the dark, and this is my dark Flirty Flamingo, and I'm just going to kind of come up like this. I'm going to follow those folds. Do her belt. Just kind of follow like that. Then I'm going to take my light again, and I'm just very lightly, and Catherine, you know how to do this. We're just going to blend. Now, I've been socially distanced for 20 days. And I got my first trip and my husband took me for a ride in the car because I was starting to lose my mind. So I don't know if you've been out, Catherine, because I know you're being very cautious, and I'm glad to hear that. But I tell you, this can be really, really tough. I'm almost ready. This is this is light mango melody right here, and I'm just going to kind of go up like this. Yeah. And then I'm going to kind of color this here, and I'm just going to color these stalks because she's walking through a wheat field. And then I'm going to take the dark mango melody, and I'm just going to kind of just a couple of these to kind of give it a little contrast. And I forgot her hand right there, so let me get my petal pink and just kind of make sure I got her hand. There we go. And then I'm going to get my Flirty Flamingo because I'm going to make sure I get the side right here. Okay, now we're done coloring, but there's a trick that I use this pen. It's called a Tombow ABT 990. It's an acid-free pen. That's the color. And what I do is I just go around her figure like this, just on one side, and it just kind of makes, well, I'm going to go around both sides. It just kind of makes it stand out since it's on white background. Okay? And then I'm going to go ahead and put this on my little piece of cardstock here. Let me come out. Okay, so there is our piece. Let's go ahead and put this on our cardstock. Okay, so there's that. Now, let's go back to our card. She is going to sit in the middle of this card right here. And then when we lift this, she's going to, when we lift this, she's going to pop up. Okay, she's going to go like this. And then when we lift it, she's going to pop up like that. Okay? So, this is where I got confused. And I do not like the way this thing keeps lifting over here. Hold on, I gotta fix this. It's driving me to distraction. There. I didn't get my glue in my corners, so that's a tip for you. Make sure you get your glue in the corners. All right. So, looking at your card, lift your card like this, okay? And that is how your card is going to go opened. So, you're going to put, your figure is going to go on along the folded side of your card. It's not going to go like this, okay, because that's not on the folded side. It has to go on the folded side of your card. And you're going to put it in the middle. And what we're going to do to make sure that we get this right is you're going to place it in the middle where you want it. And then you're going to turn this around upside down, okay? And you're going to get a pencil and you're going to mark it along the back. Okay, so I put it where I wanted it. I held onto it with my thumb and I just turned it around like that, and I put a pencil mark along the back, because this is where we're going to put our tape so that it sticks on our card and that it pops up. So I'm going to put a piece of tear tape right here. Oh, scissors, scissors, where are my scissors? My kingdom for a pair of scissors. Okay, there we go. And that looks like it's a little bit too long. And then I'm just going to go ahead and anchor this right here. And then I'm going to put this right here. Okay, now I'm going to pick up the tape. Okay. So this is where that went, right? Remember? So if we just go ahead and we put that in the middle, right where we wrote that thing, voila, there she is. Isn't she beautiful? There she is. Okay? So now when you open it up, it's going to catch. Look at that. It's going to catch beautifully on that piece of cardstock. And then what we're going to do, and I'm following, too bad Amy's not on tonight. Hey, Terry Yackle is on. Oh my gosh. I have not heard from Terry Yackle in so long. She is my war college buddy. We've done some crazy things together, haven't we, Terry? I am so glad to see you on. We're going to take a sentiment that says, what does it say? I'm going to put this one. No. I'm going to put this one. I think I kind of like this. I think that's really pretty. And I'm going to use this stamp which says thinking of you, which is basically this one right here out of the stamp set. And I'm going to use and let me get my pad and my ink, and I'm not going to use an ink pad. I'm just going to use my Stamping Right marker, because this stamp is kind of bigger than the sentiment is, so I'm just going to ink the center of this sentiment. I'm not going to go all the way out to the end. If I go all the way out to the end, then I'm not going to have room for it on this little round, this cute little round piece I have here. See, that comes out just perfectly. All right. Okay, so it's thinking of you, and we're just going to go ahead and put that right there, like that. And I'm going to bump it up on some dimensionals. Let me get my dimensionals here. And we're going to put her right there. There you go. Okay, so there is your card. You see that? It's not that hard. So here are 2 cards that we made. All right, they're the twisted easel, so you bring them up like that, and there they are. Let me just tip them so you can see them. See that? Aren't they just gorgeous? All right, and let me review what we did. We took, to make these cards, we took a piece of 10, we took a piece of 10 by 5 cardstock, okay? We scored it at 5 inches, and then we diagonally scored it at the 2 points so that we would have another fold. And then we folded it, and now it folds like this, okay? We then cut our layer is 4 3/4. We cut those. Okay, the dashed line is the score. The solid line is the cut. We cut that, okay, and then we cut our fancy paper, our designer series paper. We cut a square, 4 1/2 square, and then we cut that in half, and that's what created our nice little triangles. And we put one on this side and one on this side. Then we had one more triangle that we put on the inside, on the side facing where our lady, or where our card is going to pop up. So we put another triangle right here, and I'm just going to kind of, that's where our other piece of paper went. So when this folds up, we have that pretty piece of paper, right? Which is basically that right there, okay? And then we want to put our figure in the center. I'm just going to use this. We put this in the center, and we turn it over, and we draw a line in the back, And this is where we put our glue or our tape so that this will just pop up when we open it up. And remember, we want to put it like this so that it pops up like that. So you want to put it, this is your fold. You always want to line it up where your fold is. That's where you line it up, okay? So if it's lined up with the fold, then it's going to open perfectly straight. So you want that in the center and line it up where your fold. All right, so Catherine, Terry, there's your late night live personal tutorial on the twisted easel card. And hopefully, Catherine, you'll make one tonight and we'll get a chance to take a look at it. And if anybody watches this, if you want to tell me what's a good time, I'd like to come on live later on this week, since we've just been extended now till April 30th. So we're going to have lots of stamping time. And what I'll do is I'll do a double twisted. I think I have one here for the a double twisted card. I did the twisted easel card. I'm going to do the double twisted easel card. Okay? So how much fun is that? All right. Love you guys. Take care. And please like and leave a comment.